fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
When you want your spring break to feel like and your kids' pool day to feel like and your hotel bed to feel like ooh, and room service to feel like because at Hilton, hospitality feels like
your cabana's ready. Would you like fresh towels?
It matters where you stay. Book now at Hilton.com. Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Introducing Virtuo Up, the latest in a long line of innovation from Nespresso. It's innovation you can touch, sense, and taste in every single cup. With a 3-second start, easy open lever, and dedicated brew over ice button, it's even easier to enjoy your coffee your way. Sip for yourself. Shop Virtuo Up exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Picture this. A curve in the road. A change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Welcome back to the Skating Penguin Network, everyone. It is Robbie here again with Snail. We have a bunch of road trip games to talk about here as the Penguins wrap up a difficult 5-game road trip that started out east, went west, came back east. But we will dive into those in a second. But as always, joined by Snail out in Seattle. And Snail, how are things out your way as we now march through the midpoint of the month of March here as we get into the final stretch of hockey season? But how are things out your way these past few days?
Super wet and soggy, man. It is pretty miserable. It's like classic Pacific Northwest weather, but you know, when you get to March and we're gonna be getting into April here sooner than later. It's just I'm ready for dry, man. Like I'm ready for some just like we've got the later sunsets happening now, like the sun's staying out, but like God, what I wouldn't give for just some like dry pavement, not walking on like super soggy grass. I've saved a bunch of worms recently. Like there's always just like worms wriggling around on the concrete that are, I don't know what they're doing, but they find themselves out of the dirt. And I've been throwing a bunch of them back from my pavement every time I go out to out my driveway. So yeah, dude, I'm ready for a little change here weather-wise, but all is the same as far as, work and social life and whatever. I caught the World Baseball Classic last night. Did you take a peek at that?
Yeah, pretty wild baseball game. Again, I love baseball, so try to watch as much as I can get, and it's great to have a nice little fun little international tournament to get going before the season starts. But yeah, I did catch as much as I could, and a good entertaining baseball game on St. Patrick's Day.
I think I had my first Guinness ever yesterday too. I did end up, I called you yesterday and I said I might be going out for a couple Guinnesses, had a couple Guinnesses. Honestly, not what I expected it to be. It was actually a pretty palatable beer. Like it was pretty good. It's super flat. I was expecting high carbonation and I was expecting it to taste like chocolatey, but it was a pretty normal beer, honestly. Have you had a Guinness before?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of them?
Well, you gotta like dark beer. You gotta like stouts to really enjoy it. I will say that it's very smooth and chocolatey. I mean, that's kind of the what again.
Smooth. Yeah, it's very smooth.
It's a very smooth beer. It's not something I drink a lot of or every day. But yeah, at this time of year, St. Patrick's Day. That's when they're most popular, but it's a very, very smooth, very, very tasty beer.
Mhm.
It's not something you're going to sit there and just put down like 5 or 6 in a night, but
It's not an icy light.
no, it is not a light beer by any means. It is not a beer that I would want to drink when I'm by the pool in the summer.
No.
No, it is. It's heavy. It is thick. But yeah, it is. I do enjoy one every once in a while. I like the taste. But yeah, you gotta like dark beer, and but it's smooth. It is. No doubt, it is a smooth beer. It is a classic beer, and great to have to celebrate St. Patrick's Day if you can get your hands on one.
Another quick question here before we move on, but dude, I needed to ask your opinion on this. Just a little baseball chat. So I hadn't really been tuning into much of the World Baseball Classic. I'd been checking scores, but dude, who is that? DeRosa, the manager for the ball club, isn't he like an ESPN analyst?
Basically, yeah, it might be MLB Network, but yeah, he's just a TV analyst basically.
And he's the head coach.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how all that planned out, but there's definitely some decisions that were made throughout the tournament, not just last night, that would lead me to believe that maybe he shouldn't have had that position. But yeah, I'm not in the room where those decisions are made. But yeah, definitely some head scratchers last night and throughout the tournament. But yeah, he is basically a TV talking head.
I thought that was an odd choice for if you're trying to win some ball games. I thought that was a weird choice for a head coach. It made me feel like it's like an all-star vibe where like Danny DeVito might be behind the bench or something.
Yeah, I mean, Mark DeRosa did play. Like, he is a former MLBer. He's not just some scrub they picked up off the street. Snail seems to have dropped there, but I'll keep talking. But yeah, Mark DeRosa is, he is not. And Snell's back, but Mark DeRosa is basically a talking head. I don't know how he got the job. He is a former major league player, but I think that the United States managerial bench is much deeper than Mark DeRosa. So, I think
what's Don Mattingly doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's again, Mattingly does have a job with the. I think he's in Philadelphia now. But again, not Mattingly. There's so many names out there.
Oh, Mattingly does have a job again?
Yeah, he's a hitting coach in Philadelphia, I believe, right now.
Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of coaches busy with real jobs, I guess,
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, still bit of an odd choice. But
Tariq Skubal, I thought he was like, I'm only pitching one game, but then he had his jersey on and was in the dugout. Like, I don't know. If you're trying to win a game, why isn't Tariq Skubal allowed to pitch?
So my understanding is working with the Detroit Tigers, he was on a limit of how many starts he could make. He started, I believe, game 1 or game 2 of the group play, and then that was all he was going to be able to start. He did go back to Detroit's camp and pitch the game for the Tigers, and then he did rejoin the team for the knockout bracket portion of the tournament. So he was in uniform, but he wasn't even technically on the roster. So he was not available to pitch. He was just there for support and vibes, I guess. But no, he was not technically on the roster.
My final question too is Will Smith, World Series winning catcher. Yeah. Honestly, kind of vanilla as far as a player goes. And no hometown bias here, but Big Dumper he could throw out a tweet like Phil Kessel did that one year and be like, it feels like there's something I should be doing right now. When they needed a home run too, man. And you have Big Dumper just keeping the bench extra toasty with that huge rump he has.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple guys on that roster that could send out a tweet like that after last night. Not using Mason Miller, your flame-throwing closer in the 9th inning, to put yourself in a position where a single run would win the game in the bottom of the 9th, instead of giving up a run. Cal Raleigh, Big Dumper, not getting the bat put in his hands in any sort, especially when the offense was anemic last night. And nothing against Will Smith, great defensive catcher. I mean, him and Raleigh are clearly the two best American catchers. So like, nothing really. But yeah, in that situation, probably going to put the bat in the hands of the guy that hit 60 home runs last year. But yeah, again, a bunch of questionable decisions the entire tournament. The game they lost to Italy, they started basically a reserve roster and paid dearly for it, and then needed help to even advance to that point. But yeah, congrats to Venezuela. Obviously meant a lot to them. Super emotional ending. If you watched the end of that, if you watched that game, you could see what it meant to them. But no, neither here nor there. I love baseball. Glad we got some meaningful-ish baseball in March. But yeah, next Thursday, I believe, the 26th is when it all really starts. So yeah, I'll be tuning in for that. The Pirates, obviously, are the Pirates, but we have Paul Skeen, so we at least get to watch every fifth day. They're at least interesting to watch. So let's hope that it's more in tune. We can be more in tune with them this year as a fan. So yeah,
for sure, man. Also, as a Mariner fan, it kind of stings to see Eugenio Suarez get that clutch double. All that dude does, I mean, he strikes out a lot, but that dude does undeniably clutch when you need him. I'll never forget the grand slam he hit. Ultimately the Mariners losing to the Blue Jays, that still stings. But seeing him hit that double last night to win the walk-off double, basically, I didn't think he wanted that much money. I know the Mariners have some prospects coming up in the pipeline that need a chance. But having that bat and him at third base wouldn't look too bad this season. I was saying sign the guy. But anyways, man, Robbie, quickly, how are things out Western PA way? How are things out there in your neck of the woods?
Weather's been extremely volatile. It's been warm, then cold, then snowy, then rainy. It's very spring. Like, it's very just all over the map, just kind of throwing darts at a dartboard and whatever it lands on, what it's going to be that day.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 days have been back in the 30s, but this weekend it's supposed to be in the 60s. So we're kind of all over the map and just hoping that we get some more consistent weather here as we get into April. No, I mean, as we've been dealing with the weather, the Penguins have been all over the country as well. They've been all over the map as well, I guess you could say. They start last Tuesday, a shootout loss to Carolina. And this, on paper, this is a brutal stretch of hockey for the Penguins, and it doesn't start out great. They lose in a shootout to Carolina, which we talked about in our past episode. And then they kind of get run over by Vegas. But then they bounce back with a big win in Utah, coming back from a 2-goal deficit. And then maybe we'll stop and talk about this one. Maybe the most impressive win of the year. Evgeny Malkin returns to the lineup. They're in the home building of the statistics, or at least standings wise, the best team in hockey, the Colorado Avalanche. And they jump on them early, and Colorado did fight for the first period in this hockey game, and it looked like it was going to take a bunch of goals to win this one. But the Penguins still scored a bunch, though they didn't need all of them. They dropped 7 on the Avalanche in this hockey game. You have guys like Elmer Soderblom and Noel Chari getting in on the action. Evgeny Malkin scores twice in his return, including a beautiful twirling backhand that has become a piece of his repertoire. Just a Brian Rust scores in this game. Erik Karlsson's playing out of his mind. Anthony Mantha gets another goal in this game. And we're going to pause on this Colorado game because again, a game that could have been bad. Like, no Crosby still. Malkin's just getting back in the lineup. Blake Lazot's out for the extended period of time. But the Penguins just go into Colorado and just dunk on the best team in hockey. Just Shelovs is really good in this game. Everything just works. Every button Dan Muse clicked in this game was perfect. And the Penguins just bully the current President's Trophy leading Colorado Avalanche for a massive, massive victory.
Yeah, man, I did not see that one coming. I have to be honest with you. I knew Malkin being back was going to add, a little pepper to the pot, so to say. And dude, he came back with like such a fury. I couldn't like that. His spinorama little backhand goal that he made, so sick, like vintage Gino. The whole team seemed to be feeding off that. Did they not? Like, dude,
Oh yeah,
Archer Shelov's is good. Like,
yeah.
he is. I mean, I don't know if it's odd that it's taken me this long to come to that consensus, but he definitely has a more calming vibe in the net, I would say, than Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner makes me a bit nervous, and we'll get to that probably more, more into that here in a little bit. But Artur Shelovs did not look phased when facing kind of the heavy hitters of Colorado. Nate McKinnon was actually pretty unnoticeable in that game, which how often do you say that? I'd say he's probably what would you say as of right now, he's a lock for the MVP? I mean, you could get into the weeds for like with like Celebrini and Kucherov is really not that far off. He's chugging too, but McKinnon has been kind of the consensus MVP, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in that conversation. I'm trying to see what the stats are at right now. I think Kucherov, McKinnon, and McDavid are probably your big names. I think Celebrini, if San Jose gets into the playoffs, is going to be a very dark horse, maybe even an upset kind of pick if he can get San Jose into the playoffs. Draisaitl's out of the picture now for the season. But, I mean, McKinnon is on a very, very short list of MVP favorites right now. And the Penguins basically, like you said, just completely took him out and made him a non-factor in this hockey game, which very few teams have done this year. And it takes a team effort to do that because, I mean, if you just give him runs at the goalie, he's going to get his points. So a great defensive effort to kind of take him out, and really getting rid of McKinnon really puts Colorado on their back foot, and the Penguins took advantage of that.
I thought that they were physical too, which playing at these Western teams, I still believe this. And, I don't know what pencil pushers will say about it, but the West is more physical. I think that like Colorado, they're a skill team, but they've got some big dudes on there that play with their body. And it was great to see the Penguins sort of respond to that. Like I saw Nichushkin get knocked flat on his wallet, and Nichushkin is a moose of a player. Seeing them pile on too, not really give up. Something that the Penguins seem to do is they'll go tit for tat this year with they'll tack on a couple goals, and it seems like they almost let their foot off the gas, and then they all of a sudden it's kind of a shootout. And in that game, they stepped on their throat, man, and they did not let up. It was the fourth line. Like, if there was an MVP line for this team this year, how is it not Achari and Lizotte and Dewar, but also that Soderblom? He stepped into that fourth line, and the chemistry was just there. Like, I don't know, they must be practicing a lot during practices. But I thought Soderblom stepped into that fourth line, and all 6-8 of them seemed to blend right in, because Lizotte was out, right? So, you had that guy step right in, and it was pretty seamless, and they were dominant. Don't you just feel like a sense of calm when that line steps out? They are so hungry on pucks, man, and they chip in off Achari. What did he get? How many goals does he have this year? I saw him celebrating with a puck, taking a photo with Malkin after that game. And I don't know what milestone he hit this year, but for Malkin to be like, oh, dude, you got 10 assists or something like that, or I don't know what it was, but he's reached some sort of milestone this year. And
it's the first time in his career that he's recorded double digits assists in a season.
Good.
That was the milestone. They gave him a puck for it. He has reached 10 assists for the first time in his career,
which is crazy because I think he had 20 goals one year.
He did. He had 27 points one year, and it was 20 goals and 7 assists or something.
That's all. I love players like that, man. Yeah. But he seemed elated. Just have Malkin be like, "Let me get a photo with you. You just hit double digit." Evgeny Malkin won a Conn Smythe, dude, and a scoring title, and for him to be hyped for you. I mean, dude, this team, something you can take away from that too, the locker room antics. For the first time in a long time, this feels like a team. It feels like they actually go out there and play for each other. Feels like in the last couple of years, Robbie, doesn't it seem like sometimes it's we got to do this for Sid kind of vibe, or it's we have to do what we can to get these veterans into the playoffs again. This kind of feels like they're all it's good vibes in that locker room, man. And
it does right now. It does right now. I will say
definitely attribute that to Dan Muse. I think it feels like he's been spoken about so highly and kind of brings this team together with the competitiveness of the competitive practices, the games that they play. It sounds like it's really helped them gel. And dude, awesome game to watch from puck drop to the final horn, man. That Colorado game was a complete game.
Yeah. If you want to see what Dan Muse has done to this team, just look at Erik Karlsson. I mean,
oh my God.
I mean, that's exhibit A, B, and C for what Dan Muse has done. He has just been whatever Erik Karlsson, whatever was wrong with Mike Sullivan and Erik Karlsson, Dan Muse has been the antidote to all of it. I mean, Erik Karlsson, and we'll talk about his game against Carolina tonight. I mean, since the Olympic break, he's the best defenseman in the world. Like, there's nobody who's playing at his level right now. The pass he made to Mantha in the Colorado game to spring him on a breakaway was just, I mean, nobody can make that pass except Erik Karlsson. Like, and he just does, when he's playing with this confidence, he is still so good. And they're going to have to do some kind of like study about whatever Mike Sullivan had against Erik Karlsson, because Karlsson is playing exactly the player we thought we were getting. Like, this is the guy that you thought you were getting when you traded for him almost 3 years ago. He's just playing out of his mind. He's been their most important player besides Sidney Crosby. And without Crosby, he has simply been their most important player. Everything goes through him. He facilitates so well. Just so smart, so fast, such good decision making with the puck. You can't say enough good things about Erik Karlsson, and he is exhibit A for the attitude change that Dan Muse has brought in this year. Just a completely black and white player from last year to this year.
Yeah, dude, there needs to be, like, remember when they who was it that went to hang out with Malkin that one year and get like a full-length interview from him where they were driving around hanging out? Was that
This episode is brought to you by Peloton. Step up your sweat with the Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus. Swivel your screen 360 degrees and follow your favorite instructors on and off your tread. Track your form and reps with the movement tracking camera. Feel supported as you train on the cushioned slap belt and move to the beat with Sound by Sonos. Elevate your workouts with the Cross-Training Tread Plus.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings. Like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, Granola, and Bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
Spring is here and the shopping list is long. Time to make a Lowe's run. Buy 3 bags, get 3 free of Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil. Plus, right now members can earn 4 times the points on an eligible purchase. Start spring off strong with these deals and more. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/25 while supplies last. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change. Point boosters subject to exclusions and more terms apply. One time only offer.
Who was it that went and hung out with him and he talked about staying and trying to win with Sid? And they need one of those with Erik Karlsson. And just, I need the dirt. Like, what did Mike Sullivan do to you?
If Karlsson ever writes an autobiography after he retires,
there's going to be a whole chapter on Sullivan.
It's going to have a whole chapter on what the heck went wrong the last 2 years in Pittsburgh, because this is just, I mean, there's something, because you don't just go from what you were the past 2 years to what you are this year. Like, this is the Erik Karlsson that, like, he's playing at his peak form, and it is absolutely beautiful to watch. We'll get into it now. The game against Carolina tonight. This was a wild
car.
Yeah, and this was a game that was perfect. It was a team finishing up a long road trip against a team that played the night before. It was a complete, just kind of, just training wheels off, doing shots on the bench kind of game. Just like freewheeling. Carolina led by a goal at 4 different points in this game. Every time the Penguins came back to tie it, and they did take a brief lead in the third period, but could not close it out. Sidney Crosby returns to the lineup in this game and scores his 28th of the year, the first for the Penguins in this game. And then it's just back and forth. Carolina goes up 2-1. Erik Karlsson ties it 2-2. Taylor Hall makes it 3-2 Carolina. Brian Russ gets number 26 on the year. He's going to score 30 again to make it 3-3. Logan Stankoven makes it 4-3. And then twice in 23 seconds, Karlsson gets his second goal of the game. If you go back and watch it, he absolutely walked Sebastian Aho at the blue line. Aho is not going to want to watch that tape back. Just burn that one. And then Benny Kindle gets number 17. And then, unfortunately, Keandre Miller ties it late. And then Sean Walker wins it with about 30 seconds left in overtime. But the Penguins do get a point in this game. They wrap up this road trip with a 2-1-2 record, both overtime / shootout losses, bookending this against Carolina. But they do get Carolina on the 22nd in just a few days, about 5 days. They get Carolina at home, where the Penguins are going back this weekend. They get a back-to-back home set this weekend. But we talked about it when the Penguins lost the Hurricanes back on the 10th, 8 days ago. Is this a team you want to play in the playoffs?
Yeah.
The fully healthy Malkin and Crosby is like,
and Shelov's in net.
Yeah. Would you rather have Carolina? Would you want to face Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel confident even after, like, okay, you can have a fluke like you did a week ago, but you went toe to toe with them again. They're an annoying hockey team to play against. They dive everywhere. The officiating tonight was an abomination, and it's embarrassing. I'm interested to see the quotes that come out of the Penguins locker room. I thought it was atrocious, but that aside, you went toe-to-toe with them twice in a week, and you get them again on Sunday on your own ice. They could beat Carolina in a 7-game series.
I mean, dude, they've had Anderson in both times. I don't trust Anderson in the playoffs. Like, that guy, I don't trust him in the playoffs. In the regular season, he's got holes. I mean, like, the Penguins get to him. I have to say that, like, the Metro is just full of, like, annoying teams. Like, the Islanders and the Carolina Hurricanes are such annoying teams. I will give Carolina the edge as far as, like, an opponent, because no one is more annoying to watch than Rod Brindamore behind the bench. I cannot stand – once they pan to him by the third or fourth time, that dude, I mean, God bless him, because he has a drive and a fire, and he turned that Carolina franchise around. Like, that he is a competitive guy, and he was an awesome player. He's the type of player you want on your team. He's a great leader. But when you play against him, or if you're a fan like me, just an average fan on your couch, I'm like, what do you have to say at this point now in the game? Like, that guy is always giving it to the refs. He's always jaw in his mouth. He's always chomping on that gum. Reminds me of Pete Carroll as a Seahawks coach, just always up and down the sidelines chomping on his gum. They're a bunch of small guys like Stankoven, Jarvis, Taylor Hall. I don't know. They're just a bunch of, like, fast little pests that buzz around and they score, man. They're a good team, but to the point we were just making is, like, in a 7-game series, the Carolina Hurricanes always run out of steam in the playoffs because of the system they play. I know that's a fact. They play that man-on-man coverage. It's exhausting. The Penguins' speed this year is great. I just don't think that with the firepower and the vet savvy, like, dude, Stahl is still a great player. Like, you saw him today. He hit the post like a couple of times. He's still a good player, but I mean, you got Sid and Gino, Robbie. Like, dude, I just in a 7-game series, I don't think they could keep up with the Penguins.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that style they play, and again, it is high, it is up tempo, it is go go go, and the Penguins. What has killed them in the past is just not having the depth to go with the team like Carolina. Well, that's not the problem anymore. Like, they have the depth that they can match a team like Carolina and go up tempo with them. That if it comes down to the goaltenders, Freddie Anderson is just so sketchy in big situations. And I'm not saying like the Penguins are rock solid in goal, because Stuart Skinner can be like a roller coaster, and Shelovs is still young. But man, if it comes down to, listen, we can go 5-on-5 with them. We can win the power play battle. But if it comes down to goalies, if you can just shake Anderson a little bit, it kind of throws everything off, because at that point, man, you just start throwing stuff at them and you just hope stuff goes in. And the Penguins tonight, they found holes in this Carolina system. They had opportunities and they took advantage, and the Penguins have absolutely no fear. And that is another credit to Dan Muse. They're not afraid of playing Carolina. They're not afraid of playing Tampa Bay. They're not afraid of playing the Islanders. Yeah, these teams are annoying. Like, everybody in the Metro is not quite like dominant good. They're just annoying good. Like, everybody's kind of annoying. And you're gonna, like, no matter who you play in the first round, whether it be Carolina, New York, somewhat, if it's in this division, it's going to be a long, annoying series. But the Penguins have proven these last 2 games that they can play with Carolina shift for shift, shot for shot, goal for goal. No doubt about that. Skinner played 2 out of his mind games in Carolina, made some out of his mind saves.
Yeah, he did, man.
But yeah, I think you go, like, I don't think they care who they play in the first round. I really don't think they care at all.
I don't think so. I think they'll just be really happy to get into the playoffs, to be honest. Like, it's the expectations, they exceeded expectations this year. So, but yeah, give Islanders, you could make a case for that. The Islanders do scare me more than the it's simply goaltending. Sorokin can steal a series, man. Like, straight up. I don't think at this point in his career Anderson's going to steal you any series. Give me Carolina, because on defense, yeah, Jacob Slavin is a great defensive defenseman, but they don't have a Carlson on their back end. Hell, I don't even know if they have a Letang as far as points-wise type of guy, like puck mover.
Not really.
I don't really know if they even have that. So, as far as that all kind of goes, give me Carolina Hurricanes. I'd take Penguins in 5. I think in that kind of series. Like, imagine Pittsburgh. What do they call? What's your arena called again? I wanted to call it Mellon Arena.
PPG Paints Arena.
PPG Paints with back a 3-year hiatus from the playoffs. Like,
that's gonna be, if they get, man, that building's rocking.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think that as far as X factor goes, the Penguins got it covered as far as star power, depth, defense. I mean, they're missing Sam Girard still. He's a pretty good puck mover, and he's got some. He has a cup under his belt. He's got playoff pedigree. Who concerns me, Robbie? I want to get into this. Is what about Chris Letang? He looked kind of brutal at times.
Yeah, Letang, man, it's not good. It's not. You can't just say it's a blip on the radar. It's one game here or there. Every game. No. Make one bad, at least one just egregious mistake that ends up either in the back of the Penguins net, or it's just a very high danger scoring chance for the opposition. Routinely out of position, very bad decision making. And again, at his peak, he could get away with some of the bad decision making because 1, he had Brian Dumoulin, and 2, he had the speed that could negate some of that. But now the speed's gone. The offense isn't what it once was. Man, his mistakes just stick out, especially when you have another elite offensive defenseman on the team. It just sticks out like a sore thumb some of the mistakes he's been making this season as a whole, not just the past week or two, like the whole season. It's just the game. It's just the level that he plays at is not near what it was even 2 or 3 years ago. It's sliding and sliding faster all the time. And I mean, too much pride amongst the entire group here with Letang, but man, there's got to be something. You got to try to find some kind of answer just to minimize those bad moments.
Yeah, man. I mean, you look at guys like Ryan Shea. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trusting him. Second power play, Letang gets the green light on the second power play, which usually they only get 45 seconds on the second power play, like at most.
Yeah, depending on the situation.
I don't know. I would take a look at Gerard or Shea. I just see like tonight and like over the last couple of games, he was all right in Colorado, but there have been some brutal turnovers from Letang in his own end. In, like you said, wildly out of position sometimes. Like sometimes it just seems like the routine like guy to pick up in front of the net. Like I don't know where he's going. He's kind of in no man's land, and that's the kind of stuff that like causes that chaos that the Penguins suffer from sometimes, where they go up a goal or they tie it up and then there's just a blunder. I feel like you could always kind of like ISO in on like Letang to be he's involved in that in some way or another. But yeah, I mean, a great defenseman, probably like a Hall of Good, maybe not Hall of Fame player. He's overcome so much in his career, but man, I find myself saucing out a text to you or my other buddy Andy or something like that every time I watch the Penguins game. I just can't help. I'd be like, dude, that was a brutal play by Letang. So gotta figure that out. I mean, he is a gamer though. Like when he gets to playoffs, like that dude, he can't really fight anymore, and you're not looking for fights in the playoffs. I'm not saying that, but he still has that physicality, and he's going to have to clean it up for the Penguins to continue a strong push here for the postseason. And if they get in, I mean, he's that second right-handed D man. Like he's the number 4. He's got to be better.
Yeah, he absolutely has to be better. And I mean, at this point, he is what he is at this point. I mean,
do they have 2 more years of him?
Yeah, I believe he has the same. I think he has 2 more years than Malkin, and Malkin's a free agent this summer, so I believe he has 2 more. They're gonna have to figure something out because I don't think he can play 2 more years. I mean, you're gonna have to figure something out. I don't know what the answer is exactly. Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, Dubas has been, again, this was not a contract Dubas signed, so it's not.
Is that Hextall?
Yeah, that was Hextall.
That was Hextall, huh?
Yeah. Because I think he has the same length as Rust has, because they signed the contract the same year. But no,
is Erik Karlsson a free agent after next
year? Yeah,
after next year.
Yeah.
Well, I would measure their Penguins window right now, sort of with that. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Karlsson and Sid.
The way the Karlsson's playing this year, Malkin, it sounds like everything's pointing to him coming back at least one more year. You're going to have Kindle with a year of experience under his belt. You're going to have.
Are you prepared for a Kindle sophomore slump?
No, I mean, you don't. I guess you don't know, but like he is just so like steady. Like even when he went through that long goal drought this year, everything like other stuff was still working.
Yeah, true.
It's going to be interested to see like when they get him in a full off-season program. Like he's still like a kid. Like he looks like a child.
He's still going through puberty.
Yeah, I mean he's still an 18-year-old kid that was literally drafted like 9 months ago. So a lot to pay attention to there as well. But like, yeah, I think you measure this window in terms of guys like Karlsson and Crosby and Malkin and see where things lie exactly. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting situation of how they handle it this offseason, but I think right now you ride the success you're on and just enjoy it We've waited years. We've waited a few years for this to come back, like for this to finally be in this position again. And none of us thought we'd be here on March.
I told my buddy I used to dream of these days. Like I used to dream of days like this, and it's like only been 3 years.
Yeah. It says a lot about what it's like for Penguins fans. That a 3-year playoff drought is like walking through.
Feels like decades.
Yeah, walking through the desert with no water. But like, I mean, we're in it now. Like we have 14 games left, I think.
Is it that many?
Yeah, 14 games. They have 68 games played out of 82, so they have 14 games left. It feels like so much more than that. And then subsequently not that many at all. It's just every game feels like its own mini challenge. Every game is difficult.
The playoffs started. Like this road trip, it felt like the playoffs or the Penguins sort of started.
Yeah, I mean, you have a bunch of teams swarming around you. You have
Columbus is making me nervous, man.
They've gotten
Anton Heinen and the Columbus Blue Jackets have got me nervous.
Yeah, they have 10. They have points in 10 straight.
That can't be sustained, can it?
That can't be sustained for the next. They have 15 games left. That can't be sustained for another 15 games.
If they do, they're cup contenders.
Then hey, if they do, then hey, you know what? Pat them on the back. Good job.
Exactly.
You guys earned it. But the
Islanders, do you think the Islanders could fall off, Robbie? Do you think that there's I feel like they've been playing playoff hockey and they've been, gutsy wins. I just wonder, I guess it's more like wishful thinking. Like the Islanders can't be that good that they maintain the next 14 games, can it? Like they have to fall off at some point.
I mean, you think so, but then again, the Penguins have to fall off at some point. Then I don't know.
They're hitting that skid right now. I think the last 5 games they've been challenged.
Yeah,
but they don't have an easy game the rest of the season.
Not really. They play every game they play until they play. Well, Winnipeg's not a playoff team, and then Ottawa's not currently in a playoff position. But they've actually opened up.
Ottawa's not going to go easy on them.
No, but again, they've opened up some space now with Boston and Detroit as well. So a wild card is in play. We have to factor that in as well. Again, I know the overtime and shootout losses are they suck. We don't want them, but every point right now matters. You just have to get points. And come the 30th and 31st of this month, you have a back-to-back against the Islanders and Red Wings.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean it is.
Talk about cinched. That will be the name of that game.
Yeah,
cinched.
You have a very, very important game still to come. A back-to-back this weekend with Winnipeg and Carolina yet again. Colorado comes to Pittsburgh next Tuesday.
And they'll want revenge.
Yeah, Colorado's going to be hungry. They're currently in a battle with Dallas. Dallas has closed that gap quite significantly. You have Ottawa, you have Dallas, and the aforementioned Stars are in Pittsburgh on the 28th. So the next stretch to end this month, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games left in this month, and that is every game's going to matter. Every point's going to matter. So you just got to get them how you can. No apologies. I don't care if you play the ugliest game in the world. If you get a point or two, you bank it and you skate off and you get ready for the next one.
Yeah, dude. Also, the name of the game is health, man. Dude, these guys, they need this roster intact. You felt it when Brazeau was out. You felt it when they were obviously when they were without Sid. You feel that Sid, that first line had slowed down a little bit before the Olympics, but they looked like they needed a break. Sid looked great in practice. The videos that I saw, and I thought he was really noticeable tonight. Got on the board, of course, with a backhanded goal. Dude, that first line needs to cook. That first line, Malkin and Chinikov, they need to continue doing what they're doing. I think Kindle's looking stronger and stronger. Like as the season's gone on, it's not always the scoring, but dude, he has an unreal shot.
Oh, I mean, the shot is what sets him apart. But you're starting to see more of his playmaking ability come through now.
The confidence, right? It has to be confidence.
I mean, again, I don't know what they were doing to him in Columbus, but yeah, he's been a first-round talent since coming to Pittsburgh, and the shot gets talked about, but he does everything well, every little thing. It just works for him, and it's quite something to behold. And people were concerned about the price, but I mean, the way he's playing, he's just been one of the most important players over this stretch since he came to Pittsburgh, and obviously hope he keeps it up as we move along here.
I'd like to see Chinnikov bumped up to power play 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate moving some parts around to see what works best.
I mean, if you can kind of zip it around and everyone can kind of do their part. I mean, that guy just needs one look to put it in the back.
Oh yeah, he just needs to get the puck on his stick, and if he has a lane, and even if he doesn't, he's going to find it and just rip it. And again, when that shot is when he has the time and space to get that shot off, like it's just, if it's on target, the goalie's just not going to see it.
And Ben Kindle, like the confidence growing with him, dude. Like I just feel like if the Penguins can get into the playoffs, I mean, like I feel like they are. They're still, they got a point tonight. They're still in that second spot. We're watching scoreboards in March. Like we're hoping the Islanders lose tomorrow night against the Ottawa Senators, I believe it is. But dude, don't you feel like Ben Kindle might be like a playoff animal? Like, doesn't he feel like one of those like rookies who like, yeah, he's like pretty decent like during the regular season, but when the playoffs hit, he might be an animal.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be either way. It's going to be a great experience for Ben Kindle to get some kind of taste of the playoffs. Like,
they threw him out there for a face-off at the end of the game because he was he had a high percentage. And the dude is starting to build like a nice body, a well-rounded body of work. You can trust this 18-year-old in high leverage situations.
They have a massive amount of trust in Ben Kindle. There's no doubt about that, and he's earned every bit of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting to the playoffs is one thing. Getting him that experience is another. But getting to have that experience with 87 and 71 is just, it's so important. And yeah, we went from like, okay, maybe we see him in 2 to 3 years to, okay, 9-game tryout, see how it goes, to holy shit, this guy is like the foundation of like the next generation of Penguins hockey.
Has he played 82 games, or did he have like no, he didn't. He was going every other game there for a bit.
And then let me see how many games he is at now. But like, yeah, he did take a couple games off early, but he's been a pretty regular. He's at 64 of 68 games.
There we go.
So if he keeps that pace, he's going to play 78 games. That's a full season.
That's a full season.
I mean, that's more than he's ever played. I don't know. Again, I'm sure the Olympic break was fantastic for him, more than what we probably even know. But I'm going to be interesting to see because, again, the intensity ratchets up in the playoffs. Everything becomes a little bit more important. The small decisions are more important. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that. But again, he's going to be basically playing playoff hockey for a month and a half before we ever get there. Like every game is playoff intensity. And so far he's proven himself. He's acquitted himself more than well. So
do you think we see Rutger McGroarty back up before the end of the season?
I don't know where you put these guys, man. I mean, Lizotte is probably out for at least until like the very last week of the season.
What happened to Lizzo?
I don't know. I didn't even hear. It said he's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. That's all it said. Not the best.
In 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, not the best news. But I will say, like Elmer Soderblom has fit that role perfectly since coming over. He's not hard. It's not hard to point him out when he's on the ice because he's just the guy that's taller than literally everybody else.
Comically taller. Like he's just so massive.
The only person he's not taller than is like Justin Brazeau. Like him and Brazeau, but like Soderblom, he's out there with Noel Chari and Connor Dewar, who are not tall people. So he's just like, it's just like this giant freak, like ant that they put on the ice.
He's massive.
He's absolutely huge, absolutely massive. I don't know how, and he throws the body well too. So
he does.
No,
I'm a fan of him already.
Yeah, I mean everything I've seen from him, I like. Kind of gotten used to it now. Kind of getting into the system and getting acquainted. And we're going to see a lot of them with Lazard out. So,
did they bump Avery Hayes back down to Wilkes?
He's still on the roster, so I guess it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. I don't know if they're waiting or if they're just waiting to see what plays out exactly. But no, he is still on the NHL roster, so he hasn't been sent down yet.
He's a guy to look out for too, coming down the stretch. He seems like a playoff guy too.
He does.
But man, Robbie, it was a pretty stressful slate of games on the road. I will say that was not easy to stomach. There were highs, there were lows, and tonight the Penguins lose in overtime. Entertaining game, I must say. Erik Karlsson is must watch again.
Yeah.
I mean, as Penguins fans, we've known this year he's had a resurgence, but I'd say if you're a OG Erik Karlsson fan from the Ottawa days, or when he went over to San Jose and tried to help get them over the hill, he's must watch. I'd say nowadays he's out there breaking ankles. He's scoring goals. It's not just him putting crazy saucer passes, tape to tape, 200 feet. He's out there. He's walking the blue line with confidence, and he's scoring. Sid and Gino are back, man. The kids are buzzing. The youth, the additions. Is Kyle Dubas? Do you think he's going to get his name thrown in the hat for the GM of the Year award?
Oh, I think he has. I mean, I don't know how that gets voted on exactly, but there's no way. I cannot see an argument that Kyle Dubas should not be a finalist for GM of the Year, and Dan Muse should not be a finalist for Coach of the Year. I don't see either. I don't see an argument against either or. I think they both have to be at least finalists because what they've done has been. I mean, everything that Dubas has done this year has just worked. Like it's just from Mantha to Wotherspoon all the way to Chinnikov and whatever Shilovs, Skinner, Solovyov. Sam Girard, we haven't really got a read on yet. The Kindle pick, Brazeau, like it's all just worked. And I just don't know how he is not at least a finalist. I understand that guys like Jim Nill win it every year because of what they do in Dallas and places like that. But what he's built out of what was essentially spare parts and some veterans has been remarkable. He needs to be a finalist. And Dan Muse, I mean, has taken a team that we thought was going to be picking top 5 to a team on the brink of returning to the playoffs in his first season.
In his first season, yeah. The vibes are immaculate within the locker room, it feels like, which has not been the case for a number of years. Feels like it's a solid team again, man, and it shows in their play. Like they battle hard out there, man. Last couple of years, there were some shifts that you just watched, and you were like, "These guys, like, do they hate each other, or like, do they hate Mike Sullivan? Because this is nuts." And this year, there's no quitting this team. So, yeah, man, I don't really have too much else to really say. Do you got anything else you want to really chat about, or do you have any notes?
No, Penguins now they get their first consecutive days off since coming back from the Olympics. They do not play Thursday or Friday. Thankfully, they will get some time to recuperate from this long road trip, watch some scoreboards. But this weekend, it's right back at it, back-to-back doubleheader. Winnipeg on Saturday, Carolina again on Sunday. Back home, thankfully, finally. They get some friendly confines back at PPG Paints Arena. But, hey, every game matters. Every point matters. Every shift matters. This is what we waited for. This is what we waited for 3 years now. I know I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. I hope everybody looking forward to it because it's a fun time of year, and I'm glad it finally matters.
Finally matters, Robbie. They got to do their part.
I mean, they put themselves in the position. Now they got to finish the job.
They do. And you know what? They haven't given me a reason to to be wary of their. My confidence is high in this squad. So
every time I think it might be slipping away, this road trip worried me when I saw it on paper. Carolina, obviously, they didn't get a win there. Well, they a roundabout way kind of won one of the two games. They got 2 points out of those games, but. No, to go into Utah, come back from a 2-0 deficit, go and beat up on the best team in hockey in Denver. I mean, if you don't believe now, you're never gonna believe in this team. I thought it might be slipping away a couple different times this year, and they just keep proving me wrong. So let's finish the job and let's start. Hopefully in 4 weeks, me and you were talking playoff previews for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hopefully, man. And we'll end it on that, man, because we got some games this weekend, some winnable games. I'd like to see them really stick it to Carolina next game on Sunday. And Winnipeg is a very winnable game at home as well. I don't know if Winnipeg's really looking at the I think it's a lost season for them. And the Penguins got to not let up on a team like that. They do have Connor Hellebuck, but we have Artur Shilov. So,
yep, just got to buckle down. Just play your game. That's what's worked all year. Doesn't matter who the opponent is, whether it's the worst team in hockey or the best team in hockey. Go out there, play 60 minutes, and we will. The results are going to show themselves. So that's all I got, Snail. If that's all you got,
that's all I got, Robbie. Let's get out of here.
I'm going to wrap this up. The Penguins complete a 5-game road trip. It started in Raleigh. It ends in Raleigh. It ends in similar fashion, a overtime loss to the Carolina Hurricanes, but overall the Penguins go 2-1-2 on this road trip, 6 out of 10 points. They remain in second place in the Metro Division, 2 days off, and then a back-to-back this weekend back in Pittsburgh. So we will be back to talk about that. But for now, I'm Robbie. That is Snail. We'll talk to you guys after this weekend. Enjoy, hopefully, some nice weather. Enjoy some Penguins hockey. And stay safe out there.